Alright, hey guys, Pax here, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. In this video, we're going to be going over Raichu EX, debatably one of the best promo EXs we've gotten, at least in a while. In my opinion, this card plays very similarly to Rampardos. Essentially, you do want to attack with him towards the middle to late game. Somewhat frail, especially after attacking, given this card's attack ability. Taking 30 damage of recoil, but with that being said, getting him built is relatively easy, especially in the Lightning archetype currently. So yeah, we shall see how he performs in this video, but yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, I highly suggest liking and subscribing. It really does help me out tremendously, especially as a small-time content creator. And without further ado, let's get right into the deck showcase. Alright, so here we are in our first battle. We are going second. This is against the Suicune EX solo deck. If you guys are new to the format of my deck showcases, how these deck showcases usually go, I'm going to do at least 3 battles. First battle is a solo battle, not too challenging, just to get the feel for the deck, and then the next 2 are PvP. So okay, we're leading with Raichu. This is pretty good. Okay, so we do have Raichu as well. Raichu and Raichu, very similar naming. But yeah, we're just going to lead with this for now. Just only going to place 1 just in case. You always have to kind of think that your opponent might Sabrina you. Regardless, I mean, putting 2 Raikous is not that bad. But ideally, how this setup would work. So Electrical Cord is kind of ideal for this, in my opinion, especially if you want to get Raichu fed towards the middle to late game. Because of course, once Raichu dies, once Raichu is out, we can start feeding him. So this is pretty good. So yeah, this is one strat, because there's a lot of ways you can kind of play this deck. You could lead with one of the non-EXs, or you can just lead with Raichu. You kind of want to keep Raichu EX in your bench until the middle to late game. But for now, we're just going to lead like this. Not that good. We still need to get... Ideally, in this turn, we should get a Pikachu out, but this is fine. Keep in mind, Raichu, amazing support. Nice, we got Pokeball. Just being able to draw a card each turn is pretty good. It's an extra card. This is also a very good setup because we do have Mars. So once this Raichu dies, we can just Mars, and depending on how many cards my opponent has in their hand, we can get some pretty good value. But okay, so this is very good. So we do get Pikachu. Nice, we got 2 Pikachus. For now, I'm just going to play it like this. Yeah, we're just going to do this. Raichu, Electrical Cord. Might as well put everyone down. Why not? Yeah, so another Pikachu, Raichu, attack. So we can target anybody. Ideally, in this type of scenario, sure, why not? Let's target the Mantike. Attack 2 more turns, and we can just like kill Mantike in the bench because of Raiku's ability. So this guy attacks 2 more times. Mantike is dead. We do have a Cyrus. You could run 2 Cyruses because for the Magnezone Raichu deck, the ideal scenario... Okay, he Mars. Damn. Interesting. But I believe in our RNG. Nice, we got Raichu. Perfect. Nothing really changed. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, as I was stating, for the Magnezone and Raichu deck, you ideally want to run 2 Cyruses, just to maximize Cyrus as being an absolute GOAT. So with that being said, you could probably, if you want, remove Lucario or remove a Zeraora. It's really up to you. Okay, perfect. So we can just do this. Amazing. We can just get 2 Raichus out. Okay. Very cool to see this. We do have an Lucario, so yeah, Lucario can be amazing, especially depending on your opponent. He does have a Suicune, so that is rather scary, but keep in mind, we can one-shot Suicune because of type advantage. Alright, this is perfect. So for now, feed Raichu. Next turn, if this Raichu dies, this Raichu is going to be fully built. We just get him out. This one-shot most likely is Suicune. So we're in a very good position because next turn, all he can really do is attack with Suicune. I'm gonna, let's see. At this point, I'm gonna target the Suicune. Why not? Just in case I do, just in case he does try to stall, and I do get a Cyrus. Also, if he does Giant Cape, but he did Giant Cape the Phoebus instead. Okay, he does Irida, just healing that Suicune a little bit, only 10 HP. Not making much of a difference. Again, this is the AI. Also, speaking of AI, this might be a side tangent, but they really should fix the auto feature. There's been so many times where I'm watching the auto feature, and it looks very straightforward. Like, I know what they should do. Like, it's very straightforward, but the AI is just too stupid. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna evolve into my EX, even though I'm going against Lucario. It's a little nitpick. Yeah, okay, so Raichu is still alive. I'm getting a lot of value with this guy. So at this point, we can get both Raichus fed. Oh my gosh. You'd love to see this. Raichu is just being the MVP, even though he shouldn't be, really. Kind of rhymed. Not really. I don't know what I'm going with that, but alright. Target this Phoebus. At this point, I might just say this Suicune, man. He has to live with the guilt that he could have done something, but he decided not to. He is just too afraid of this Raichu. He's gonna kill this Raichu though, but Raichu will avenge his Rai brother. Yeah, they're both Rais. Okay, he does Irida. But it doesn't matter. Again, the only way he would kind of survive is that if he did have if he did Giant Cape. But look at this, getting a lot of value with this Electrical Cord. This is very good. So yeah, both Raikus are fed. We just sub him in, and yeah, GG. We got another electrical cord, but it doesn't really matter. And then at this point in the game, as I stated, we have Mars. We're getting maximum value since my opponent does have 2 points. You love to see this. Look at that. He only has 1 card, and I very much won games because of Mars. Like, I can feel my opponent has a Cyrus. He's building up for a Cyrus. I Mars, and it messes them up, and vice versa. It's messed me up as well in the past. But yeah, here we go. GG. Raichu, essentially the Rampardos of Lightning. So look at that. 150 damage with type advantage, 130 overall. Yeah, if you guys want, you could also add red just to maximize more damage, but it's really up to you. And yeah, with that being said, we shall see how this deck performs in PvP. All right, here we are in PvP battle. We are going first. Might as well leave it Oricorio, Zeraora in the bench. All we really need now is Raichu, and we're pretty much set. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So he's playing a Raikou EX deck, most likely paired with Magnezone. Again, an amazing pairing. I did make a deck showcase with those 2 cards. It's on my channel. Very fun. I really do like it. Magneton is just such a goated card to use. But for now, just end our turn. Next turn, Oricorio can just start attacking. All right. Well, oh damn. Okay. He's running a Pikachu deck. 2 Pikachus, Raikou EX. The main key point here is that they're all EXs, and Oricorio the Nightmare Bird. So we're definitely chilling like this. I feel like this is the ideal setup right here. So yeah, we can just do this. Just start chipping away this Raikou. All right, it's gonna take a couple of turns, but this Raikou will die. This is one of those specific circumstances where just Raichu right here might be a liability. But he does place a Zeraora 1 turn later than he should have. Could get a bit of value with that. But yeah, if I just led with just pure Oricorio and he didn't place this guy down, it's gonna be a long game, but he really doesn't stand a chance until he gets, of course, the Nanigax out, which he did. Okay, all he did is feed his Pikachu. All right, perfect. At this point, might as well just start feeding this guy. Yeah, very slow. But you will run into games like this. Like, I feel like this deck, Lightning overall is very fast-paced, but again, for this primarily, I feel like you have to play it slightly slower, especially with Raichu, because again, you want to build him up relatively slowly. And okay, he does Sabrina, trying to mess me up a little bit. Okay, attacking the Zeraora. Okay, interesting. If you guys don't know, Raikou, after attacking, you can do 10 damage to one of my bench Pokemon. He did it onto Oricorio. Oricorio the Nightmare Bird. He's unaffected by EXs whatsoever. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't surrender, but sure. Okay. You're gonna have battles like this. I mean, it is in PvP. Again, I do PvP battles. Depending on you guys, you might go against decks like these. Like, they're not gonna be as top tier. Especially, again, like if you're in the middle to low tier ranks, I kind of make these like casual battles just for you guys. And then of course at the end, just going into higher ranks and then seeing how it performs. All right, next battle. Okay, so 2 Zeraoras. Okay, so we're getting a lot of energy. This is pretty good. So Pokeball, hopefully you can get a Pikachu and we're pretty much set. Plays down Nihilego. Okay, so this is a very good hand. All we need now are elemental switches. If we had 2 elemental switches right now, next turn this Raichu EX can just attack, which is pretty huge. For now, just feed this guy and our turn, of course. And look at this, man. Getting a lot of energy. You love to see this. Very cool. In my opinion, Zeraora, don't sleep on this guy. If you do have Zeraora, very fun card. You could argue that baby Pokemon are a lot better, but the thing about Zeraora is that it's a non-EX, so it's very great, especially as a counter for Oricorio. If your opponent's using Oricorio, I might as well do this. Evolve into Raichu. I could feed Raichu EX, and then hope I get Elemental Switch next turn. And that's going to be a huge advantage. But for now, I might as well play the safer version, which is leading with Zeraora. I could Mars him. He does have 5 cards, but I'm going to hold off on that for now, because it can very much help him at this point. So for now, just feed Zeraora. I've had games where my opponent, I would have like 5 or 6 cards in my hand, and I can't do anything with that. Like, I get like the worst RNG, like just like absolute nothingness. My opponent would red card or Mars me, and then those 3 cards I get, and then eventually 4, because I draw a card, it just helps me out tremendously. So this is very great. So he did Pokeball, so he will survive 1 more turn. Places down Grimer. Okay, Alolan Grimer, interesting. He needs 2 more energy to get him attacking. All he does is end his turn. Okay, so he's playing this very slow, but at the same time, Electrical Cord. You love to see this. At this point, I could Mars him, but I feel like I might help him out. Yeah, at this point, I might just do this, because, I mean, looking at him, like, he can't get much basic Pokemon, and if I do Mars, I could help him out a lot, especially if he does pull a Professor's Research and another Pokeball. So for now, just do this. Attacking Nihilego. Perfect. All right, yeah, so Grimer's into active. The main downside for, keep in mind, Electrical Cord, a huge counter for this is Guzma, as well as status effects. So if the Zeraora dies from a status effect, then Electrical Cord cannot work. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. But at the same time, looking at my hand right here, looking at my bench, it doesn't matter. If this guy dies, the Poketool isn't getting much value. So for now, I might as well just keep on shipping. Okay, yeah, I basically won. Okay, so if you ever go against Alolan Muck, this could happen. So he will attack, sure. Zeraora will die. But at this point, like, I can just summon Oricorio. Again, Oricorio is pretty scary depending on your opponent's deck. He really can't do anything. All right, might as well feed these two right here. Summon Oricorio and just lead with him. And then a turn after that, just one-shot with Raichu EX. All right, you know what? At this point, sure, why not? Mars has been in my hand, just waiting for a time. It is finally that time. Not getting as much value as I could. Mars is so satisfying to use if your opponent has 2 points, but we can definitely chill with this. Okay, yeah, he just saved us some time because he was basically dead in a couple turns. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more casual battle and then last battle will be in rank. All right, here we are in rank battle. We are going first. Might as well leave Raichu just to maximize his ability. Could place Oricorio down, but he is running type Null. So most likely non-EX deck, so we're not getting much value with Oricorio. And yeah, with that being said, Pokemon Communication. Hopefully I can get a Zeraora. This will be pretty good if I can get a Zeraora. Perfect. Okay, nice. So next turn, Raichu can just attack. And on top of that, we do have Electrical Cord. Might as well use it right now, sure. Hopefully bait his Guzma, and then hopefully by then get another one. So, end our turn. A card. Pikachu, okay. That doesn't really help us out, but I believe. All we need now is a Raichu, and we're pretty much set. Okay, all he does is attack with type Null. Not good. Next turn, he can just one-shot Raichu. Pretty unfortunate, but at the same time, Raichu does have Electrical Cord. So for now, Oricorio is back out again. Not going to place him down, just really did Pokeball just to thin the deck out a little bit. And then Elemental Switch. Perfect, okay. So Raichu attacking just type Null. Yeah, and then hopefully you can get a... We got a Mars, okay, so that could help us out a little bit, especially after he does destroy this Raichu. Okay, yeah, so Valley is going to one-shot this guy. There's really two ways I could play this. All right, subbing in Zeraora. Pretty scary because we are going to Sabrina. Yeah. Pokeball. All right, this is where we're going to take a risk. This is why if you want, you could add, instead of running 2 copies of Electrical Cord, you could add a Giant Cape because in this scenario, Giant Cape would help us out a lot. But I believe, okay, this is where it gets very scary because I do Mars. He's down to 1 card. I bet you he had at least 2 supporter cards in his hand. Now, I mean, that could very much be a supporter card, but you never know. So, okay, might as well just, sure, Oricorio, you get out. Because it all depends on this turn, pretty much, if I win or lose. Yeah, okay, so just playing like this. Zeraora, you do you. Okay. 20 HP. He has 2 cards. Okay. 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 Yeah, you love to see that. Is he gonna surrender? Yeah, that's a interesting way to end. Actually, no, I'm gonna do one more battle. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more battle, but that was a interesting fight. That was a very interesting fight. Again, Mars. People sleep on Mars, but she could survive. She could really help you out, especially in this deck, especially if you're leading with Raichu EX. Yeah, you're getting a lot of value. And yeah, with that being said, one more battle, because I didn't really showcase Raichu EX in that battle, and yeah, this Raichu EX kind of took the spotlight, him and his Seductive Eyes. Alright, last battle, I swear, we are leading with Raichu going second. Hopefully we can get Raichu, I keep mixing them up, Raichu EX out. Alright, so he's using a Darktina deck, might as well place his Electrical Cord down. Not good, we need to get Pikachu out, please. We got Raichu here, just chilling. Hopefully next turn we can get said Pikachu, but for now, let's end our turn like this. He ended his turn, but he didn't use Giratina's ability. I don't know why he didn't do that. I almost hit end turn. Holy crap, what is going on? I just sneezed and the whole world is changing right before me. But for now, sure, why not? Might as well place another Raichu down. Not good, because we do need to get a Pikachu. I don't know why it's so hard to get that guy out. He just doesn't want to come out. But for now, yeah, all we can really do is we'll take Bullet and just chip this Darkrai. Again, don't attack this Oricorio. Really doesn't do anything aside from, I guess, this kind of taunt your opponent a little bit. Gonna play a little bit of the mind games, but alright, getting... Okay, communication, so hopefully next turn we can get Pikachu out. Please. I could have also, instead of this Raichu, held off and then placed an Oricorio. I feel like that'll be pretty good value as well. Alright, so he does PC Lady, finally using Giratina's ability. Finally, dude. Holy crap. We finally got him out. Alright, we can finally do this. Just feed him. Raichu will slowly, most likely die next turn. But we're just going to keep on chipping this Darkrai. So, honestly, let me see. What's in my hand? I don't have a Cyrus. Okay. At this point, I could start shipping this Darkrai. Actually, no, I'm just gonna keep on shipping this guy. I might as well just commit. At this point, yeah, okay, yeah. Because I feel like in a couple turns it really doesn't matter, especially if he does have a leaf in his hand, especially in regards to energy, but alright. So Giratina slowly getting shipped. We do get Cyrus, so once we kill this Darkrai, we can just Cyrus and then just mess up his Giratina. So if this guy doesn't Mars or red card me this turn, I basically win. It's gonna be a high chance I win, pretty much. Okay, so he potions Giant Capes. Darkrai EX is now out. Chipping this guy. So Darkrai does 100 damage next turn. So just Raichu if I can get him out. Perfect, okay. Okay, that's good. So Raichu is dead. Start feeding these two like this. Or I'm actually gonna play like this. Why not? I could play very risky, because we do have Mars. He has only 2 cards granted, but again, I mean, I feel like we're getting some pretty good value if we do this. Sure, why not? Might as well place Lucario down. Gonna Mars, not gonna get much value, but again, 1 card that could very much just like win in the game. So the main reason why I placed this Raichu out is because Raichu, after attacking, won't be able to kill this Darkrai. And again, this guy takes 30 damage of recoil after attacking, so just trying to maximize energy overall. Next turn, I can just sub out Raichu and just sub in Raichu. So, okay. Yeah, at this point, I have a lot of cards, but honestly, I feel like at this point, like most of these energy supports really don't do that much. This electrical cording for fun. Do this. Honestly, might as well chip this Darkrai. Why not? Yeah, just doing a little bit of damage. Thinking too much, but next turn, if his Raichu survives... Okay, so he's feeding this Giratina. Next turn, Giratina is fed. I see what he's doing. I definitely see what he is cooking. This is where we have to kind of think. So, alright, I made a slight mistake, but we can still roll with this. So, this guy is out. He has 2 cards, so he can still win if he does Cyrus us next turn. But for now, we will Cyrus this. Yeah, I messed up. I should have attacked him one more time, because Lucario can just one-shot, but for now, I mean... Yeah, this is a lot of thinking. I feel like this deck does require a bit of thinking, a little bit of kind of like foresight compared to other decks. But yeah, Giratina is at 10 HP. All right, interesting. Yeah, he's playing the long game. Okay, this is... All right, so we're in quite a predicament. Next turn, if this Lucario survives, I might stand a chance, especially if he doesn't use a potion. But for now, okay, Pokeball, I don't really think this will get much value. Yeah, no Pokemon. So now I'm just gonna zap. That's basically all I could do. If I were him, I would just... I have 0 points. He can still win if he has a red, which he might. Okay, we finally got the elemental switch. Okay, we could have used that last turn, but this is fine. So subbing out Lucario into this Raichu, or Raikou, again, same. Very similar naming. Do this. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy carp. This is serious, man. As you can see, I am, my face has changed. I have a frown now, because we're in the end game now. We are in the end game. If he reds, he wins. If he doesn't, let's see, how much HP does this guy have? I can't, it's just so annoying, man. I can't see how much HP he has because of this. He has 100, okay. So if he doesn't red, I win. Potion, okay. He potions this guy. Marses. Okay, that really gets no value whatsoever. If I were him, I would just sub in the Lucario. Okay, GG. Yeah, nice. Yeah, if I were him, I would just sub in Lucario and just go for the stall tactic, because this Lucario is pretty low. Yeah, he kind of made a mistake. I feel like we both made a mistake, so I mean, it kind of cancels out, I guess. Very fitting way to end this video. Just Raichu finally getting some value. And again, this is why I feel like running, again, Magneton is a lot better, because this guy, huge reliability, especially since he's an EX. So, alright. Yeah, just GG. And yeah, that was the Raikou EX deck showcase. Very interesting. That's all I can really say. That was a very interesting battle. Yeah, and yeah, that was the deck showcase. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And again, when it comes to Raikou paired with Magnezone, I feel like that's a better pairing in my opinion, because for that deck, you can very much lead with Magnezone or another non-EX like Lucario, and you can do a 1-1-2 strat. Because for that pairing, for Raikou, you can definitely have Raikou out in the active towards the late to middle game. But for this deck, you're kind of forced to have him out towards the early/middle. I mean, for one thing, you're getting some pretty good value with his ability. If you pull a Pikachu at turn 1 and it's in your active, and you evolve into a Raichu, it's going to take a long time building that guy up. But granted, there is Zero Aura to help you out at the same time. But again, the recoil, I feel like that's the main issue with... I don't know why I have Raikou out. This is the Raichu EX deck showcase, but the main issue for this guy, of course, is the recoil. And yeah, if they took that off, if they made it like 10 HP, a lot less, that'll be a lot more manageable. You can very much just run like leftovers or something like that, or made it more tanky. Like let's say this Raichu was at 150 HP, could be a little bit better. 170 is kind of a huge stretch, but it could happen. I mean, we do have very tanky basic EXs like Guzzlord. But yeah, overall, I still think this is the best promo EX. Because if you look at all the other promo EXs, I feel like none of them can really compete as much. Like there's some that could debatably, like Blissey, and if you want, you can also include Rayquaza EX as well. Like if you're a new player and you're just making a new deck and you don't have, let's say, like Magnetons or even Raikou, I mean, I'd definitely make a Raichu EX deck. I feel like that's a very good, kind of a easy, very good, solid starter deck. And again, for consistency, if you want to maximize more damage, you can very much replace one of the electrical cords or the Mars with a red or a Guzma or even a Giant Cape, because again, Raichu is pretty frail. Overall, I'd rate this deck B tier. This solid B tier. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's still very fun. Not as fun as Magnezone. I feel like if you're running like Magnezone Magneton, maybe it's just me, but I just find it so satisfying just using Magneton's ability, being this self-sufficient as well as kind of an energy support, especially paired with Elemental Switch. But that's B tier. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more. It's been a while since I actually uploaded my last deck showcase. I've been very busy in my personal life and stuff, and yeah, with that being said, I really do appreciate, I'm just gonna bob and weave just for fun. I really do appreciate all the support, especially in my top 5s. I really do like doing them, and I want to keep on doing this for the foreseeable future. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.